albino skin either.
So with the new cannibal mutation skin, will that mean that like carnivores instead
There's
of
no such
coming
thing as a rule break for cannibalism. There never has been, there never will be.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like instead then of them spawning in as albino, they can earn their albinism by unlocking the cannibal mutation.
No.
No. At
No.
the moment, we're leaning towards if we can get an injection bot functional, which is the plan, then we actually have a specific albino skin.
I told them that. I told them that.
Yeah, I know.
Talked about this. No, specifically Squingus and Deluded Monkey. I've been in here with them for a bit, and I was like, that's the idea is that it'll get locked behind a little bit of a paywall type thing, so way less people will have access to it, and no one can argue about. I didn't recognize the skin, and because it'll be full fucking white with red eyes and maybe a small bit of red accent to keep the theme from the previous.
And it'll allow us to have records of people actively purchasing the albino skin, so we know who is albino at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
I had so many bean things.
Tony, what, Mia?
I miss my beans.
Well, they're going to be gone forever.
Can you waddle your fat ass over here?
15,000.
Oh, you can capture them. Okay.
Fucking. I don't like all of the questions related to albinos. They are staying. It was always a part of my design. It will stay a part of the design. If people don't like it, there are other places to be. I am trying to make them more limited because I want them to be rarer.
Mm-hmm.
But I still want them to be a thing that's playable.
Well, rare and easy to identify.
Uh-huh. And those will be fixing. We have a plan to fix that.
Yep.
So all the back and forth about what makes it better is unnecessary. And I'm telling them that now.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready. On guard.
Metal is mine to command.
City Commander. Our supremacy is assured.
Alchemist of Shangyang.
The Iron Dragon.
Oh, I hear a song that I want to listen to. Alright, time to fucking make that happen. That's not the song I asked for. You stupid motherfucker. You know, when you ask my name, you'd think you'd get it, but I didn't.
For a little more warpstone.
Speed and unity win the day.
I'm sad.
Lord Magistrate reporting.
Okay. Christ. This isn't the one I wanted. It's not bad, but it's not the one I wanted. Go away. Yeah, there we go.
House of Secrets.
Anyone who wants the way that you work with the pancake bot, you've got to turn it down a bit. I might steal it. I might steal that and just put it down in here. I'm gonna put it down in here. Okay. I don't want the regular people to have it.
I was not
Since they're all up there now.
informed of this
Okay.
encounter.
So anyone in here who's paying attention, who doesn't know, there's an auxiliary channel where you can put whatever songs you want in. The best way to make sure that you're getting the song you want is to find the Spotify link.
Oh yeah, I got Pancake in my Discord.
And then you can also turn down Pancake as well.
Oh,
So the auxiliary channel is where you put in all of those things. We also have playlists if you want to add to that. How old? I gave him perms now. So, have you played since then?
I think.
You played with me since then?
I think. Oh boy, zombie texting me. Let's see what she wants.
I don't think so.
Minutes. Does he get a bow tree? Of course he doesn't get a bow tree. Why would he get a bow tree? No bow for me. Oh, but you get a tree. Normal, pierce, spread, wyvern, paralysis, thunder, drink. Hammer. You do get a hammer. What, do you get light bugger? You do get a light bugger. Burst on normal, pierce, spread, paralysis, thunder.
Forever calls.
It benefits the Empire. The Iron Dragon. You will obey. The Western provinces bid you a warm welcome. In most places.
Oh. Tempered Hiberate. Nope, yeah.
Oh, someone died again.
Oh no.
Oh, is the
Those
pancake.
pancakes.
I mean, I could put a whole playlist in here. Hold on.
Can't
I
believe you
know
let
which one we'll
pancake die
do.
like that.
I will. I'll do it again. Do it all the time. Ah,
Murdered pancake.
okay, let's see. Which one do I want to? I want to listen to The Bed is Creaky. That's what I want to listen to. Do you want some history about the server?
Mm-hmm.
The Bed is Creaky is a playlist made by a guy named Juicebox who's no longer in the Discord. He was very fun to play with, super caring individual, but his real life got pretty fucking hard on him and he left. He has, or had, some roommates in his house. Everyone got to pick which rooms they wanted, right? And while his is the largest, the couple, because the roommates, the couple chose the room above him, even though his was technically the largest. And they decided to have the one above him, and it's the only set of rooms where one is above another, right? They regularly got up to bedtime shenanigans, fucking above him, making noise. And he decided to create a Sonic Warfare playlist to blast from his room whenever they did. The playlist includes songs related to sex, or songs that make the whole experience of having sex way more difficult or awkward, as well as songs where the
I
rhythm
was not informed of this
is designed
encounter.
to cause problems for rhythm reasons related to sex. So here's the playlist. It's fantastic.
Like, is Seabat included?
We're gonna shuffle it, and then I'm gonna skip this one because we all know this one. I assume we all know this one. This one's common, ancient internet at this point, right?
I don't know. I have it muted. Let me see.
Yeah, you can just turn it down like
Yep,
super quiet.
yep. That one's familiar.
I have it on 15. I have it between 15 and 20 usually. So you can change the volume of it.
Yeah.
I assume we can just skip this one. Everyone knows this one.
Sure.
I love this playlist so much. It's fucking hilarious. It's also just a playlist of tons of classic hits.
It's tricky.
None may refuse Cathy's call.
Metal is mine to command.
The Celestial Blacksmith. This joke lacks humor.
Alchemist of Shangyang. They will suffer elemental wrath.
Lord Magistrate reporting. Strategize, mobilize.
Alchemist ready. My calculations were flawed. Your followers.
A watchful eye must be kept over expenditure for your domain to prosper. Be mindful of your treasury, for your current deficit will run you out of funds entirely if action is not taken to correct it.
You are the
Fucking love
shame
this song
of
too.
your people. It shall be a crippling assault. Your own skull is forfeit. Master of nothing.
Lord Magistrate. There must be improvement.
There must be order.
Lord, don't! You are doomed!
This is not acceptable.
Demand their head! Inefficiency is intolerable! Commander of the great city.
Okay, bigness time has ended.
Fight in ordered ranks. Their lives are forfeit.
I understand. There are important matters to consider.
Your military is mighty, but expenditure on unit upkeep is becoming ruinous. You should consider disbanding some of your troops.
Double the practice drill.
There is a lull in the winds of magic.
Cathay Etan. Dragon's Directive.
Leave while you can.
Get out of my mind.
Harmony above all. Chosen by dragons. A tool of great efficiency.
Hey, Raven, can I pull you into a step VC real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Woo!
I serve the Raven God.
Witness their demise.
Fire and metal. City Commander.
Outcast sorcerer. Metal and fire! Yes!
I yearn to return to my forge.
Sparky's still in here.
Yep.
Let's go. You've been so quiet.
I have almost finished
This is ill
the
advised.
PowerPoint. Oh, I need a cup of tea.
Your soldiers are ready to deploy for battle, my lord. They await your orders.
Warrior crossbows!
Be sure to position your troops accurately in battle, my lord. Drag out your formations for best effect.
Without hesitation! Fight as one!
No mind sharper! All to command! Yes, indeed! Sent by Shen Yong!
Your troops come under fire. Your craven warriors run from the battle, my lord. Round them up and send them back to the fight. Your warriors begin to rally, sire. Steady their nerves and they will be able to rejoin the fight. The very closest of allies may choose to permanently entwine their fates. Choose to confederate, and your two kingdoms will be inseparably joined under your leadership.
Lord Magistrate reporting. The Iron Dragon. We shall prevail! cleanse this unworthy state. Xiaomeng, glorious bloodlet.
Your army has marched all it can.
There must be improvement. Craftsmanship is impeccable.
Through me, you have the Celestial Emperor's favor. Favored, the forces of Nangao cannot all.
It is good to see you. Much has changed.
The City of Smoke is poised to lend you its might.
Victory! Forged in fire! The Warpstone Desert yields countless gifts. I crave. Fight with iron and fire.
There will be a reckoning.
The Desert Alchemist. Find me in the forge.
Alchemist of Shangyang.
Harmony above all. City Commander. I govern in the Emperor's name. A most thoughtful strategy.
Lord of the Jade Swan. The gift of iron.
The Celestial Blacksmith.
I have endured worse than threat. Heat interferes with my chemicals. I consent.
Cathay Eternal. Be on guard. I serve the dragon. Fire and metal!
The desert hides countless strange minerals.
Let's not allow pleasantries to delay more beneficial discussion.
The Iron Dragon. My domain. Mine!
Cathay must never stand still.
Harmony and unity.
Magistrate reporting.
I have elixirs to treat stroke.
Xiao Meng!
Heat interferes with my chemicals. The desert hides countless strange minerals.
Harmony above all. Strategize. Mobilize. Lord Magistrate.
There may be warpstone beneath the sands. Heat interferes with my chemicals. Endured worse than drought.
Sparky?
Thanks.
What are you doing, dude? That is crazy.
There may be
What are you doing?
Just making a PowerPoint to prove that I'm right about Dino not being a gator.
of the province.
I want to check it out.
Surely a gift from the dragons.
I will show you. What is an
stroke? Heat interferes with my chemicals.
Cathay Eternal. They cannot live. Cathay must prosper, always. I serve the dragon. Fight in ordered ranks. They cannot remain a threat. Well fought, men. It is as we planned.
I have elixirs to treat heat stroke.
Join me in the war room.
The Iron Dragon's disciple.
I crave.
Secrets and potions.
The Celestial Blacksmith.
countless strange minerals. Heat interferes with my chemicals.
I return.
Hello again.
In a valley low. Oh, fantastic.
There may be warpstone beneath the
Where you
sands.
are, no matter how far. I don't know if you guys are listening to it, but
I have the music turned completely off.
aw.
Forge a new destiny.
It's a really good playlist. It's classics.
I have elixirs to treat heat stroke.
Mercy would be inefficient. Cathay eternal, we shall prevail. I govern in the Emperor's name. Witness their demise. Another time.
I have endured worse than drought.
I presume you have come to beg for your life? Such sad folly.
Your death will do a great disservice to the Celestial.
Dragon-blooded sugar.
Ruler of the Sky Road.
An appealing experiment.
Interesting.
I shall follow.
The enemy bring reinforcements to the fight. Will an attack be wise? Greatness in battle may only be reached through rigorous training. Even the most skillful of generals must practice their craft.
Defenders of Cafe! Shenyang's faithful!
Alchemist Supreme!
Cavalry! Rocket the battery!
Maintain harmony amongst your forces, even in the most chaotic of battles. The defenders of the Celestial Empire fight best when they fight together.
Marching as one! Repositioning! Celestial Fury!
Will of the Dragons.
Fight as one! Celestial Fury! With pride! Guided by ancestors!
The Iron Dragon! Timon guides me!
Your ranged weapons may prove decisive in the coming battle, Commander. Bring them to bear against the enemy from afar, but be sure to protect them as well. The enemy attack your flank, Commander. Drive them off. The enemy waver, my lord. Their troops begin to flee. Run the cowards down.
Okay, I have finished the PowerPoint now. Excellent. All ARC files are not finished.
Your general flees the field, my lord.
This is
A shameful
validating.
display.
Rob, do you still want to see the PowerPoint?
I do.
Okay. Is it showing up properly? Perfect. Okay. So phylogenetics, a very incomplete summary by me.
I don't know why it's not allowing me to look at your screen.
What?
Oh, there it is. Let's go.
Phylogenetics, a very incomplete summary by me. How does a phylogenetic tree work? You have your common ancestor over here, and the lines go, and they diverge into two to show where the common ancestor has split into at least two different species. The ancestral species, the one beforehand is the ancestral species. Over here, we have an ancestral species that didn't split off but evolved into a singular new species in such a way that they are very obviously distinct from each other. All of these species are descendants of this species.
Are you changing something? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
All of these species that are in the same column are alive and live in the same time period. This one went extinct before the species highlighted in blue developed, as marked by the dagger symbol. Generally, if the ancestral species is classified as something, all the descendants should be classified as that too. But don't get me started on these guys. So, if you have an ancestral species and it is labeled, for example, a cat, then everything after that should be labeled as cat.
Which is why humans are all fish.
I'm coming to that. However, that is not always the case. Phylogenetics are based off of genetic relationships. However, we don't always have this knowledge, and we do not always have this knowledge, and in some cases still don't. Hence, you have paraphyletic groups, which consist of the common ancestor.
Phylogeny now, huh? Okay. Alright. This is the shit. This is my bread and butter. All you're doing is... Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And some, but not all of... Wait, why is my mouse gone? Some, but not all of their descendants.
Which is why we have multiple different types of models, because not every single one is a perfect one-to-one.
I mean, earlier I had my Ethiopian wolf, African golden wolf, and jackals up. We used to think Ethiopian wolves, if I remember correctly, we used to think the Ethiopian wolves were wolves, but apparently they're actually more like jackals. And we used to think the golden wolves were jackals, but they're actually wolves. Anyway. Then you get your polyphyletic groups, which consist of distantly related species, but not their common ancestor. This type of grouping is avoided, and if evidence suggests the existence of one, then biologists will reclassify descendants to avoid the group being polyphyletic. So what exactly is a fish?
What is a fish, indeed?
So fish, by definition, fish includes all of the jawless fish, the cartilaginous fish like sharks, ray fin fish, and lobe fin fish. However, pods fall under lobe finned fish. So technically,
yes,
these are all fish.
Yes. Love that. You know who I think you would enjoy watching? You should look up a guy called Clint's Reptiles. He goes over the genetic lineage of all of different clades regularly.
So I've heard of that guy.
Love it.
And
Love
most of what I've heard is very bad things about his reptile keeping.
Clint's Reptiles, really interesting. Interesting, because that is not the experience that I have. He's incredibly knowledgeable. He's a zoologist and has multiple different degrees related to biology. That's a very interesting take. Are you sure?
It was from someone who also works with snakes who mentioned it. I would have to find where I saw it and
shows his enclosures. Almost all of them are what is it? The bioactive enclosures. A lot of his practice includes incorporating what is the barest, what you have to have to start working with animals, like the knowledge, like what. It's really strange to hear that might be a negative on him. That'd be the first I'm hearing of it.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, and I might be mixing him up with someone else, but it's a common thing that I've heard about reptile YouTubers, is that a lot of his snakes were overweight, and that
wrong person.
Sometimes...
No. That person, the one you're talking about, the one who had like the anacondas who would overfeed them specifically so they could make them large, different person entirely. Wrong person.
Okay.
Not Clint's Reptiles. Clint's Reptiles is an advocate for animal husbandry. I wouldn't talk about animal YouTubers because I'm with you. I refuse to watch animal abuse take place. He is incredibly knowledgeable. He has multiple different like master's degrees in different biology and zoology fields. He has a wonderful educational YouTube channel, and he goes over what you're talking about, phylogeny and genetics, and just how we know what connects to what. And he has long form videos talking about exactly what you're talking about right now. I promise he's great. I promise this one's safe. You scared me. I'm like, wait, no. Like, let me the first time hearing of it, please.
I'll have to look it up sometime, and I'll see if I can find the person who sent me their complaint of him, because it might have just been a case of like, I remember when I saw it, it was like a group of us animal bloggers on Tumblr, and one of them worked with
He does not.
snakes.
Yeah, he does not.
But
Clinch Reptiles does
yeah.
not blog,
Mm.
as far as I'm aware.
But yeah, like on that, but like in that time period, there was one person who was causing a lot of drama.
Oh yeah, no, there's plenty of really shitty animal reptile keepers, and I do not watch them because I can see what they're like, how they're treating the animals, and it's not good. Trust, please.
And then continuing the PowerPoint.
Yes, please.
However, the concept of fish as an aquatic group of animals is an incredibly useful one. Hence why we do not typically call all tetrapods fish, unless you're being pedantic or making a joke.
Yes.
So why does Sparky say that trees are weird? Because a tree is any plant with an elongated stem that is woody. Many taxonomic groups have evolved trees independently. A tree is not based on phylogeny, it's based on characteristics.
Yes.
And then I've included a slide with the birds of prey, showing how you know what, I'm not even going to bother. The hawks, vultures, eagles, and kites, strigiforms, and falconiforms, which are all raptors, are not related. And but the one, if in order for those phylogenetically to be classified as raptors, we would have to include Corysomorphae, Karyomorphes, and well, we wouldn't have to include Stocassopacerae. But therefore, a raptor or bird of prey is not a phylogenetic group.
Preach it.
So, is Dino a croc or a gator?
It's a crocodilian, isn't it? It's a crocodilian.
So Dino falls under the order Crocodilia.
Oh, no, Deinosuchus? Do you mean Deinosuchus Dino? Like that?
Yes.
That animal, that is an alligator.
It is not an alligator.
It's not? I've heard so many people say that it's closely related to them. Really?
Look at my slides. I have it all set out.
Where's the slides? Are you live streaming?
I'm streaming it.
I'm doing work, so I wasn't watching. I'm sorry. Okay.
So, Deinosuchus falls under the order Crocodilia.
Oh, I don't see it. All I'm seeing is the phylogenetics sad shark.
Why is it not?
Oh, there we go. Oh, I see it. Oh,
there.
you click it once. There we go. Now I see it. Oh, nope, it's gone. Now I see it. And I see in conclusion. There we go. Oh, it's gone. There it is. Gone. There it is. Gone.
Is it just showing it? Let me try going into it again. Is it working now?
No, it's not showing anything. It's probably because you know what I know what it is. It's your Windows. It's opening a new window. And you have it streaming one thing instead of your screen.
Let me stream this. Rob, does that mean you didn't see any of the slides?
No, I did. I've seen it.
Okay, good.
But like it was popping in and out. That's why I asked if you were.
There.
Okay, I didn't see it like this. I seen it.
So
Like-
no, we didn't get to watch any of your slides.
No. Okay.
but
I
did
wasn't
see it.
watching to begin with. I was just listening.
No, I seen. So I seen the top like if you go back up, I seen like the trees or like the branches off of things.
Really, I didn't see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Yep, we know that. Ah, look at all the animation and stuff. Lovely. Uh huh.
And then you have to look at this pun. And there's another layer to the pun because that breed of horse is called a foal.
That's really cute. God, you're a nerd. Oh, you're a nerd. I love it. I mean, so am I. So.
Then of course I had to include lichens because
Lichens are fucking weird.
they
They're
are so weird.
somehow they're considered their own thing, and yet they can't be made without two different forms, like algae and fungus and.
So they broadly are a symbiotic relationship between algae and fungus.
But
except when it's a cyanobacteria or when it's something else that is not an algae and or a cyanobacteria, just whatever. And sometimes it's a symbiotic relationship between an algae of one species and a and a fungus of another species that looks exactly the same to two completely different species in the symbiotic relationship that looks completely different to the same species in a symbiotic relationship, except it's on the other side of the tree.
I love it. I love this. I love that you're angry about it too.
Of course. What I'm really angry about is it was so hard to find a picture of this guy that wasn't AI generated. And they kept on calling caracals African golden cats. It is an entirely different thing.
Caracals are not, yeah. Caracals are wildly different.
But
I like
anyway.
you. Yep, you're staying. I like you. I mean, you're already staying. You've already been locked into these VCs, but like, you're definitely staying. I like you. I'm gonna have more conversations with you.
And of course, I had to include the photo of that newly discovered erythristic leopard, who is so cool, and I want more of her. Or him, I don't even know if it was a male or a female. Anyway. And of course, I had to include a lungfish and a crab.
Lungfish are so interesting. Why crab? Is it because crabs are not crabs except when they are?
Yes.
And what's the lungfish situation? Is it because that's evolved multiple times? The lung type organ, or I don't know about lungfish.
It's because the lungfish are lobe-finned fish.
I see.
So yeah, they're one of the reasons why we have to call tetrapods fish.
Yeah.
And everything just wants to be a crab.
Carcinogenesis.
Everything also just seems
likes
to
to be a tree.
an
There's a couple
eel.
of things. Yeah. Eels, trees. Trees work really good. People love all the different things. Love fucking being a tree. Wings. Things like having wings. Insect wings, for example.
And of course, here's our little black-backed jackal. And did you hear about the Ethiopian wolves?
That they're like herbivorous and stuff. Yeah.
They're pollinators. They are pollinators.
Yes. I know that.
Look at him. He's pollinating the plants.
Yeah, he's such a good little boy. Being a gardener.
And here is our African golden wolf, which looks exactly like a jackal.
Yeah, that looks like a jackal.
We thought they were jackals, but they're wolves. They are wolves. So cool. I actually don't know if they're related to grey wolves or if they're their own species of wolf. I will have to look that up. And these are pictures of a breed of dog from South Africa called an Africanus. They are a landrace breed. Very neat little dogs. Wow. Too many clicks. Too many clicks. It's Congo Tetra. I have some of those. And that is our infamous shark, in quotation marks, from the owl, which is an iridescent shark
I
catfish.
hate that people call them sharks. I've said
I
it's a
do
catfish
too.
the whole fucking time, and they're like, no.
Yes, it's a Pangaeus catfish. I hate that people call them sharks. They do not look like sharks. It's a catfish. It's a catfish. And then, of course, I had to include orcas because you know how people are always like, oh no, did you know an orca is not a whale, it's a dolphin? It is a whale because
It's a whale,
dolphins
'cause
are whales.
Because they're all cetaceans!
Yes!
I like you. I can't get into these arguments with people. They get mad.
But we're right. I mean,
We are right.
obviously, we're
Yes,
right.
obviously. 100%.
And of course, I had to.
Fish. Yes. Ah! Look at the little fucking African rain frog. Look at him.
Oh no, I had to include him because he's goofy, and I had to include this because teeth. That because coelacanths are cool. This because it looks like a sock
Sambo
puppet.
Sambo is fantastic. Is that an albino?
It's an
sperm whale?
albino sperm whale, yes. And I included that because I am reading Moby Dick at the moment.
I see.
And this is a wild Jared Harris, who
Don't know
I
that person.
included. He plays Captain Crozier in AMC The Terror, which is currently my favorite show ever. So I had to include him. He's the face of all fish now.
So are we like we're related to fish?
No,
Yeah,
we are fish.
We are fish. Look.
Fish.
Fish. We are all fish.
If jawless fish are fish, if cartilaginous fish are fish, if all of those things are fish, and any of the thing that became those, right? Because of the way that lobed fin fish and everything, like the way those work, and the fact that the next logical step in those connections is anything that figured out how to be land walking with those lungs that they now have.
Everything
anything
that
beyond
figured out
that
how to have 4 legs
becomes fish, and then anything that became 4 legs and then became bipedal is fish. We are fish by this standard. It just doesn't work when you're talking in layman's terms. But scientifically, we're fish.
I think we should just call dinos fish just to make everyone angry. Flawless plan. Absolutely flawless. And then here, acacia tree, which is absolutely an acacia, and if anyone calls this Vachelia, I am going to stab them.
I've only ever heard acacia. I'm unaware.
Okay, so
you're South African, so
yes.
you have a little bit more opinions on that than I do.
So here is the drama.
Yes.
So for at least the past millennium, we have called acacia trees acacia, which literally means has the meaning of thorn in it. Okay, so logically, something that is an acacia should have a thorn, shouldn't it? Yeah. And so now then the Europeans waddle off and sink a bunch of ships or whatever and eventually end up in Australia. And a biologist goes and sees, oh wow, there are a whole bunch of trees here that have seed pods like acacias. Clearly these are acacia. So I shall classify them under acacia. And so we're all merrily doing that for the next 300 years until we get DNA testing. And then we test the DNA and we go, oh, wow, these Australian trees that we call acacia are nowhere near related to the actual acacias in Africa. So now we have to rename all of these trees to something else and classify them under something that is not acacia. And so they were going to do that because obviously acacias from Africa were, I've forgotten the word for it, but you know, the originally described species that marks the whole genus's name. Yeah. So archetype or something, whatever. And so of course
I
the
thought it was
African
blades, but I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, and so the African acacias were that. But now, because there were like 400 or so acacia trees and about 600 or so Australian wattles, not acacias, wattles. So then two Australian guys come in and basically go, oh, we're so lazy. If we have to reclassify all of these Australian wattles under a new name that is not acacia, then we're going to have to change all of their names from the feminine to the masculine. And we just can't be bothered to do that. So let's change acacia's name and call acacias something else. And literally, the majority said, no, we're going to keep the African acacias as acacias. But because they needed 60-40 to not reclassify acacias as Vachelia, they then went and had to reclassify acacia to Vachelia.
I see.
Yeah, I am angry about it because it was ours first
for
a heck of a long time.
For the white sharks, they are no longer being given what was it? The other part of it, the great white sharks. Now they're just called white sharks by a lot. Like that's being changed for some reason. I can't remember why. A lot of people
Something about it not being the great species anymore, or something like that. Because the great white is supposed to be like this.
Well, no, it has to do with partially changing their perception, partially related to something else. I can't remember.
Joined marksman. Okay.
I don't know. There's a bunch of shit getting changed for a bunch of different reasons that no one really knows what the reason really is for. So
that's an update and understanding. That's why.
Oh well. Okay, so then other things are included in a tall mahogany tree, which I have in my garden, and this is a very, very big tree. Then this is the Cape Floral Kingdom, which is the smallest of the floral kingdoms, but is the only floral kingdom contained within one country.
Ooh.
And it's all ours in the Cape. It's mostly in the Western Cape. It's a little bit in the Eastern Cape, but not much, mostly Western Cape. And this is a random Bulgarian forest. Had to include it for Nuki. And this is a ghost gum tree from Australia.
Lovely.
And here's the bird of prey charts. Here's a crowned eagle. We have those at my house. I once got a picture of a juvenile eating a rabbit, which was very cool. I cannot remember what species of owl that is afterwards. Then there's a lilac-breasted roller.
That's a great horned owl.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Probably. I just found an owl that looked suitably grumpy, and I didn't.
Do you have many owls in Africa? I assume probably not.
Yeah. We have quite a few species of owl.
I can't remember how the speciation worked across the globe. I forget.
Yeah, we have quite a few. I know we have barn owls, and then we have a couple of eagle owls. I can't remember how many. I managed to get a photo of one a while ago, last year. Maybe it was the year. No, it must have been last year. I think we have some other species, but I've never been super into owls, so I never remember their names.
That's where the gaps are. I care a little bit more.
Oh, and I've realized I've spelt woodpeckers wrong.
Well, they
Wait,
updated it.
Woodpeckers are strange. Woodpeckers are weird.
Woodpeckers are not weird. Don't make fun of my bird.
No, they're weird.
Apparently, we have woodpeckers down here, which is a new. And I had not realized we had them. I thought they were an American bird. But anyway, also includes rollers and hornbills. And here I have a lovely little lilac-breasted roller, which we also have down here.
I'm unfamiliar with rollers.
I am too. I just know lilac-breasted roller because they're so bright and colorful that they really stood out to me when I was a kid. And then Suriamas, which I genuinely have no idea what those things are. Today was the first time I've ever heard of them in my entire life. Falconiforms, I chose a little pygmy falcon, which I have seen those guys in real life. They are so dinky. They are so dinky and small. And then I chose a Spix's macaw to put under parrots. Those are the macaws from that movie Rio.
Meow, Kumo. Stop yelling. I can't pet you in there. There's the Deinosuchus. Yep.
And so here we have it. Okay, so crocodilia, okay, crocodilians, which is occasionally shortened to croc. And of course, our dictionary definitions of alligator, which is either of two large carnivorous thick-skinned long-bodied quadruped crocodilian reptiles, which are both
Archosaurus
for
or
and
related to? No, they're not related. They're similar to. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
And Collins Dictionary, any belonging to the family Alligatoridae. So here under Alligatoridae are where people usually call alligators or gators, and here's Alligatoridae. And this quite distinctly, we do not call caimans gators. And if we come up here, you see Alligatoroidea, which is what Deinosuchus falls under.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. They're technically
I've been arguing this shit since.
So they're related.
Where did I get corrected for? Because I said.
So they're related to alligators, but they're not a gator.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're more closely related to alligators than crocodiles.
That's what I was meaning. So in the same way that I was talking about them being alligators, I don't mean specifically common alligators, but that they are alligator.
I call them gator because they're not crocs. They're nowhere they're not related to crocs. They're related to gators, which is why I say gator usually for the game.
They are crocodilia, aka
they are
crocodilians, aka
but they're not crocodiles.
Croc.
No.
We call crocodilians croc.
Deinosuchus is not a croc though.
It's you could call it a croc. It's more accurate
because when people are talking about the
About to freak
Deinosuchus, when people are talking about the Deinosuchus in the game, when they say croc, they're thinking of crocodile. Whereas they're talking about the modern derivative,
I mean, not me.
They're meaning that.
No, not me anyway.
So-
But that's because I'm a fucking.
Okay, but 99% of the community, that's what they're trying to say.
99% of the community
Don't know
probably
the difference
don't
between
even know.
crocodiles.
They probably don't even know what a cladistic is.
They
Well,
don't.
clade,
they
what a
probably
clade
don't-
is.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. Clade. So I am right. Cool. Clades. That's what I was talking about. He goes over beautiful long form videos about clades and their phylogeny. It's wonderful. I recommend. But most people don't know their differences between a crocodile or an alligator anyway.
I mean, you're
And
right, but
because
that's the point
the
that we were
shorthand-
making, though, is that
well,
people always
well,
call
I
it croc.
Disagree. I agree with Sparky on the reason why it would be croc. Like overall, everything is a croc. because it's logically all crocodilomorphs. I would agree with
yes.
her explanation of it. Yes, true.
And that is it.
Wonderful.
So another thing that admittedly I get a bit annoyed by is I hate it when people call terrapins and tortoises turtles. They're not turtles.
Tortoises
can
are
classify-
turtles, though, aren't they?
A turtle is a sea turtle. They're all under I think the group name is called Chelonians. So,
Oh,
like,
sea turtles. My bad. No, yeah, sea turtles are a little bit different. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so like turtles, tortoises, and terrapins are all Chelonians.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Terrapins, I would not call. I agree with you. Never mind. I
Yeah.
understand now. I wasn't as familiar.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay, I'm back. Also, there are freshwater turtles. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, of course there are.
Terrapins.
That's not what we're talking about.
Those are terrapins. They are not turtles. They are terrapins. Freshwater terrapin. Saltwater turtle. Land tortoise.
Okay, but no, there's freshwater turtles. Like they built like turtles, but freshwater.
I don't think you're understanding her. Nah, dance. Boogie Wonderland. Softly. Take it. Sorry.
All I'm saying is there are freshwater turtles, and they're not called terrapins. I mean, we can look this up. Like, there's a lot in the U.S. as well. I know the difference
Those
between the
box
two, but there are
turtles are
freshwater turtles.
terrapins. No.
Yes, terrapins, unlike freshwater turtles, have a special gland for their eye. But there are freshwater turtles
She just said
that aren't
box
terrapins.
turtles. She just said that box turtles are terrapins.
Terrapins do not form a taxonomic unit and may not be closely related. So, therefore, yes, your box turtles are terrapins. Because a terrapin is a chelonian that lives in fresh water. Semi-aquatic chelonian living in fresh or brackish water.
Oh, beautiful. It's fucking jiving, man.
Now, I need to see what were these golden wolf classified under.
We can just pretend the lone pine koala doesn't exist.
Okay, so it looks
Y'all
like
really nerding out in here, huh?
Yes. I am anyway. I love this shit.
Fuck with it. I fuck with it.
I am multifaceted.
Are we not? I thought we were.
uh,
thought we were monkeys. Kinda.
what
Primates.
I am getting is that gold African wolves are a different type of wolf to grey wolves, which is very, very cool. And it means that Ethiopian wolves are not classified under jackal, but let me look at Canone. Oh, who is still alive? I wish I'd gotten to see those African wild dogs. So get this. Last year we go to the game reserve, right? And we asked if they had.
He got mad
any
about it, huh? Funny.
We asked if they had any African wild dogs, and they had African wild dogs but they had just bought them from another game reserve, and the African wild dogs arrived. They did several months of getting them acclimatized to the area, and then they finally released them into the greater game reserve, and then they ran straight back home. Thousands and thousands of kilometers straight back home.
Fantastic.
And so then they were trying again, but now, and so they decided, let's try and see if we keep them here until they have a litter of pups, if they'll stay once they have the small pups and make it their home. And of course, they were still in the waiting for pups phase when we went to visit. So we didn't get to see any painted dogs. And I didn't get to see any hyenas either, which
people don't know that
tragic.
people have changed it to. There's tons of people who don't know that they've been renamed locally or colloquially to painted dogs. There are people who don't know. I love paint. Oh, they're so pretty. They're so cool. They're one of the highest success rate hunters overall.
Painteds are just insane. It's absolutely insane how even a wolf in general is considered a very good hunter, but then you look at the success rate of a wolf versus the success rate of a wild dog, and the difference is it's insane. It's
yeah, they're one of the highest
insane.
success rate hunters, I think, across the board. For caniforms anyway.
Let me check.
The highest success rate for hunters amongst insects, I think, is
dragonfly.
Yeah.
I think they have like a 99% success rate. It's
crazy.
So cool. Absolutely insane. Oh, spotted hyenas have a 75% success rate.
Yeah, they're it's really high. So, Valuta, do you know what the common average is for success rate for hunting is?
No.
For most creatures, it's like 20%.
Really?
Yeah. Successful hunts are super limited. So when people get bitchy about the game, I get a little bit... A lot of failed hunts are trying to scope out, seeing how you're gonna go in and attack something, and then choosing not to. Right? Or, even worse, you go in, they manage to escape you, that's a lost hunt. Right? Those things are super fucking common, normal, and expected. And people get so upset about it.
Like what people should be doing is they complain all the time about not actually being able to do the hunt. But on pack, you don't have to worry about food because of the amount of AI. So instead of complaining about the herds of 6 dibbles, they should just go in and
way back there.
Yeah, sure, they're not going to win, but they can injure some of them and leave the hunt and leave it open for the next group of predators to come in and move in while they're weakened. That's what you should be doing. We need to, if you want to have a successful hunt against the large group of mega herbivores, you need to make sure that some of them are injured.
Constantly are wearing down. Yep. Constantly wear them down by everyone.
Like me, when I was playing Tenno that one time, I had 4 waves of carnivores right after each other before eventually dying.
It's effective. Yeah, and that's how you get worn down herbivores. The whole point is stamina. Reduce it, like cut it all out. For raptors, your best success rate comes from slowly attacking them, not running in all at once.
And that's why I do rather wish that it took longer to heal and that we had some sort of disease and infection system in the game. Because it is kind of unfair that carnivores are pretty much only ever going to encounter perfectly healthy herbivores unless they are extremely lucky.
Enemy 12 o'clock.
There should be less predators overall, is the thing. People won't play herbivores, though. People keep complaining about herbivores. Did you have a fun time, Diluted, when you were playing with us?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
People were like, herbivores suck, I want to be the cool thing, the hunter. I'm like, okay, well, logically, most hunters are going to fail, and if there's an excessive amount of hunters who are failing, they're going to starve out and die, and that naturally balances the populations out again. Or people will be like, oh, there's a whole bunch of predators right now. Oh, there's a whole bunch of herbivores right now. Like, that's a natural cycle that you can watch in nature. That's supposed to happen whenever there's a population boom in predators because they figured out new ways to successfully capture prey better. Herbivores start dying down, except for the ones that didn't get caught, and then those ones start breeding, and then those ones get up in numbers again, and now the predators have to learn a new way to fucking catch it.
You know, Eri, if too many people complain about it, just tell me, I'll make a PowerPoint and make it mandatory that they have to watch it if they want to play a predator. I will threaten people with PowerPoints.
I just think it's really funny that people want to complain about those things. I just don't understand.
No, and then they get surprised and complain about, oh, why do all the carnivores seem to only hunt other carnivores? It's because there's almost only carnivores in the game.
Yep.
And they need to fix up those small tiers. The small tier herbivores.
There's a thing that I've considered for a little while, although it pisses so many people off, is an ecosystem management bot. They exist. Petites uses it. I think there should be a restricted limit to how many predators can exist on the map at once of each species. There should be no more than like 2 groups worth of that species. Maybe 3 or 4 groups of that species worth ever.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I mean, if they nest in, then sure, they can. Yeah.
And yeah, nesting.
Yeah,
nesting bypasses it.
So
nesting actually bypasses the lock entirely. Nesting bypasses it entirely. So I've thought about it forever, but so many people don't like it. What I really want. Heart. What I really want. I think one of the reasons that I like you, Voluded, is because you're willing to fucking hear people instead of assert things.
Yeah, especially when I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know a lot about animals. Or dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah, you don't have to, and that's the nice part about this game, is you don't have to fucking know a single goddamn thing. And I don't like that there's one side where they're like, you have to have the scientific knowledge or else you're not playing the game right. And then there's other people who are like, it's a fucking fighting game, win the game. Both of it's wrong.
I just joined it because I thought it would be cool to be a dinosaur.
Yeah, it is fucking cool. I agree with you entirely. I wanted to play it because I thought it was cool to see you being a dinosaur, and I'm also a dinosaur nerd. So I'm like, give!
Gunfight.
That's the way it is. Sorry, I'm not a great singer. I apologize for my...
Find them. End them. You got those shitbirds on their heels. Keep at it. They may be assholes, but they ain't cowards. Get ready for a fight.
My aquarium light.
Oh yeah, it's probably nighttime for you. Oh.
Yeah, it's been dark for almost 2 hours, and the poor fish are still.
Poor babies.
Playtime's
Earphone,
over.
headphones
Let's see what you're made
unplugged,
of.
but in.
That's the sauce. Now push him harder.
Bingo!
You're our last chance. Don't fuck this up. Not good enough, Black Ops. Find another way.
I'm so glad I have every single frame of his fucking... Tell me I'm fucking awesome. I kept every single frame of my little dibble animation. I'm fucking awesome. You wanna know why that's awesome? Because now I can change what he's holding in his mouth. Which means that we can still have our cute little Diablo animation.
Stay the course,
And he can
Black
just be
Ops.
carrying something new.
Ready for you.
Isn't that fucking awesome? That's awesome. I'm happy.
Fuck yeah.
Positive ID, enemy.
I don't have to get rid of any of my old art.
You ever played
One off the
COD?
left. Take that
Nope.
asshole down.
But I've played like Halo and shit. I don't mind first-person shooters. It's just that a lot of them are
The only
not
one
fun.
I really love is Tarkov. Everything else is shit, but I play it. Come on. Come on.
So they knocked you on your ass.
Ding, ding.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Come on. Okay, don't.
Only one enemy standing. Find him. End him. Crimson's got us gridlocked. Make your fucking move.
It's finally downloaded.
It's
Yay.
done, but we ain't done yet. Lock it down.
Anyway, so I was also thinking, so people constantly complaining about there not being, about everyone playing carnivore, but no one wants to play herbivore, and people constantly complaining about being bored as herbivores because no one wants to fight a large group of herbivores. But then, if they want to fight, they can just split up. You know?
What the hell? Hold on, 1 second.
Not good enough, Black Ops. Find another way. Another day in paradise, Black Ops. Round's almost over. Don't let him beat you. Battles and wars, people. This shit's far from over. Gunfight.
Rob, what server was it that you were going to direct me to for ARK?
Oh, what is that server called? Give me 1 second.
Oh wait, I need to adjust the volume a second.
I'll figure it out.
Keep at it. They may be assholes, but they ain't cowards. Get ready for a fight.
Oh, this is so slow. I do not want to have to move it.
Situation's green. Don't let up.
Why are all my graphics so high?
Perfect execution. The Pantheon's probably pissing themselves right now.
We had them on their heels from the start.
Stakeout, anyone? Anyone down for stakeout? Stakeout, anyone? I clicked bull. What the fuck?
Fuck yeah, I just want a Glock 45, baby. Let's go. Ah. It's so exciting. I love watching the wheels spin. I'm addicted to gambling. I have a problem.
Put the hurt on him.
A lot of people seem to have a problem.
But I'm gonna tell you this though, I've won more than I've lost. So there's like a fine moderation, you know, you gotta stop every now and again.
You know, I will never forget when I was told about the physics conference being held at a casino, and afterwards the casino told all of those scientists they were not allowed to come back,
Fucking crazy.
and how
I can't get
you
teammate
would
and
think
fucking
it's
actor.
because being physicists and mathematicians and statisticians they all had secret ways of knowing how to win. It's because none of them played or gambled at all. Oh well.
Stay the course, Black Ops. They weren't ready for you. Squad couldn't handle the heat. It's all on you now.
What up? Huh? Oh, you redoing it?
Sorry for you. We ain't done yet.
Oh shit.
Let them have it, Black Ops.
Winnie.
Eyes on.
Are you doing it now or what?
Dig in and take it. Only one enemy
Alright,
standing.
I'll be in
Find
there.
him. Battles and wars, people. This shit's far from over.
Over here.
Gunfight. Action off. Now push him harder. One hostile left. Take that asshole down. You're our last chance. Don't fuck this up.
Behind. He's got his knife out.
I was behind the wall. How the fuck do you shoot behind the wall?
If you watch.
Time to get our hands dirty, Black Ops. Get to work. You got those shitbirds on their heels. Keep at it. Squad could handle it. It's all on you now. Let yourself down and prep for redeploy. Fight ain't over. Gunfight. They weren't ready for you. You're our last chance. Don't fuck this up. Only one enemy standing. Find him. End him.
I think I might end up having to uninstall Red Dead Redemption and move Ark onto my C drive. Miss, what drive do I have to on?
Weapons free, people. Lay some hate on them. Crimson's got us gridlocked. Make your fucking move. Squad couldn't handle the heat. It's all on you now.
One of them's one hit.
So they knocked you on your ass. So what are you gonna do about it? Gunfight. You are running out of time to prove your worth, Black Ops. One hostile left. Take that asshole down. Arrogant SOBs thought they had our numbers. Good shit.
Oh, this is an emergency.
MCC is live. Assume all contacts are hostile. Round's almost over. Don't let them beat you. Not good enough, Black Ops. Find another way.
Years ago, we set out.
Moment of truth, Black Ops. You gonna stand up or roll over? Mission shit, I'm pulling the plug. Time to fade.
You know you're singing on a voice chat, right?